Okay, now let's do the level 5 task. So level 5 and 6, we want to compose a bass line or a melody or a chord progression. And then for level 6, you do 2 of those rather than just the one. So I'm going to start with a bass line. So I'm going to add a new track, find a bass. And so my recommendation for this is to use the notes from the melody. I always use this one, I'm just going to use that one. So in the melody we had this note. Okay, so just stick to those notes, or if you're doing a different song, stick to notes that you know fit. So I know the melody started on F. So that's my main one. So I'm going to start my bass on F. You can loop the first 2 bars and have a practice. Until you're happy with something. When you're happy, then you can record. So let's record something. I'm just going to go for that. It could be 4 bars, but I just went for 2. And I had the green key on, so it should be quantized. Cool, and there's a bass line. I can, again, I'm just going to actually loop that. You can copy it, because obviously later on when you do development, you don't want to have loops so that you can change little parts. But just for now, I'm going to loop that. So that's a bass line. Next, melody. So again, go to MIDI instruments, pick a sound. What should I do? Let me try a bit of tune percussion, actually. I'm going to try some xylophone. Why not? And again, use those notes that we know work already. Now for the melody, I definitely want to make it 4 bars, just so, I don't know, it doesn't have to be 4 bars, but I'm going to make it 4 bars, and let's have a go. There we go, and that's just a nice little improvised melody. There we go, so already that's at level 6, and that's fine. I could then, instead of doing a bass or instead of doing a melody, you might want to do chords instead. Chords are actually more tricky, because this isn't in C major, so it's not just play 1, miss 1, play 1, as you would for like a normal chord progression. I'm going to go strings because I'm not going to play too many chords. Yeah, she's like strings. So for this one, you have to kind of feel your way around to find the chord. So I know, like, normally for an F chord, I'd play F, A, C. But this isn't one of my notes, so I want to flatten it. So F. So there's a chord. And then I know C was another main note. So again, instead of playing C, E, G, because there's no E, it's E flat. Okay, so I've got F, F minor, C minor. Or you could do F, A flat, C, and then you could do F, A flat, D flat. Okay. So I'm going to just do that. There we go. Okay, so now I have a bass, a melody, and chords. If you want to listen to that on their own, you can mute that, mute that. Okay, and those are just some examples there. Again, if you're using a different sample, you use a completely different set of notes. Just kind of find what fits